This is the first time that I'm speaking about it. Something that I'll never forget, actually.
A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs speaking out in the new interview with new allegations about wild parties and use.
This is the first time I'm speaking about it, something I'll never forget. A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs has just given a shocking interview, revealing disturbing new allegations about wild parties involving some of Hollywood's biggest names. Imagine this. One of Hollywood's most beloved stars, the man who once charmed audiences with his wit, humor, and action-packed roles, now finds himself at the center of a massive controversy. Yes, we're talking about Will Smith, the man who slapped his way into Oscars.
It was my man, and this is probably irreparable.
Slapped his way into Oscars infamy just a couple of years ago. But this is something entirely different. Whispers are growing louder, and the speculation is getting more intense. Could it really be true? Is the FBI gearing up to arrest the Fresh Prince himself? What could possibly have gone wrong for one of the entertainment industry's biggest icons? Some insiders claim the situation could be so grave that it might be irreparable. Let's back up for a second. This isn't just about a bad night at an award show or a rocky marriage making headlines. This is about allegations that could redefine the way the world sees Will Smith forever. According to sources, federal investigators have been quietly gathering evidence against him for months, maybe even years. And the evidence they've compiled, emails, phone records, witness testimonies, all pointing toward activities far darker than anyone could have imagined. Yet, reports suggest that Will has refused to cooperate with authorities, a decision that only seems to have fueled the government's determination.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Determination to bring him in. So how has Will been reacting to all of this? Well, rumors suggest he's been offloading properties, selling off prime real estate as though he's bracing for something big. Could these moves be signs that he's preparing for a long legal battle or even something worse? And then there's the legal team he's reportedly assembling, a high-powered dream team of attorneys who represent the rich and famous in their darkest hours. It's almost as though he knows something's coming.
And I know you said he explained all of the items that were involved in these Wild King nights. Did he mention who would participate as well?
A lot of them were unknown to him. He did mention that a lot of the women were very, very young as 20, not underage, but certainly young women.
Something's coming, even if he won't admit it publicly. But what exactly connects Will Smith, whose biggest scandal was a slap heard around the world, to such serious allegations? The answer might lie with another man whose name has recently dominated the headlines. Sean Diddy Combs. Yes, the same Diddy who's been under intense scrutiny for his so-called freak-off parties. These weren't your typical A-list soirees with champagne and small talk. No, according to multiple lawsuits and shocking indictments, these gatherings were something far darker. The details of these parties are disturbing, to say the least. They were described as elaborate affairs, meticulously planned with travel arrangements, accommodations, and certain necessities provided. The guest lists were star-studded, of course, with names so big they could make anyone's jaw drop. And among those names now being linked to these parties, none other than Will Smith. There are photos showing Will and Diddy laughing.
A lot of times you'd have him with a younger female. There's a power dynamic there. A more impressionable girl is easier to reel in. Consent is between the people that are engaging, and I wasn't there in these situations to understand the consent.
Diddy laughing together at various events over the years. But while a picture doesn't prove anything, it raises the question: how deep does this connection really go? Did Will attend these notorious gatherings? And if so, what did he witness or even participate in? Will Smith has denied any involvement. He's recently gone public to address the rumors, telling an audience that he had nothing to do with Diddy and had never been near the kinds of activities people are accusing him of. He even joked, "I don't even like baby oil," referring to one bizarre detail allegedly linked to these
He said he's speaking out
However,
because
many
he believes
aren't
Diddy's a
buying
predator.
his denial.
He wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
The allegations against Diddy go far beyond anything Hollywood has ever seen. He's facing charges that could land him in prison for life, with prosecutors claiming he ran a criminal operation so elaborate it would make a mob boss blush. As more people come forward with their stories, the ripple effect is spreading, dragging the names of previously untouchable stars into the mud. And Will Smith is one of the biggest names among them. So what's been happening with Diddy? Well, back in September 2024, he was arrested, marking a significant moment in this saga. Since then, the fallout has been massive. Associates questioned, properties scrutinized, and his reputation slowly being dismantled. And now, with Will Smith's name being dragged into this mess, the stakes are higher than ever.
So that's where Diddy has been for months now, but last week he was taken to the hospital. According to reports from the New York Post, Diddy was transported from MDC in the cover of darkness at about 10 p.m. on January 30th. He was taken to a Brooklyn hospital for an MRI after reporting issues with his knee.
The stakes are higher than ever. Could the Fresh Prince himself face charges? Some experts think it's only a matter of time. After all, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. But while Will's name might be caught up in the chaos of Diddy's legal troubles, there's another storm brewing closer to home. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's relationship. 4 years, their marriage has been under a microscope, and now, amid all the speculation, it seems like their personal lives are unraveling in ways no one could have predicted. Let's rewind for a second. 4 years, rumors about an open marriage surrounded Will and Jada, fueled by hints and cryptic comments from both of them. Jada famously said in a 2013 interview, "Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is..."
We have some major breaking news. Sean Diddy Combs has just filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal for the making of Diddy, the making of a Bad Boy documentary.
Partner, but he is his own man. The statement raised eyebrows, with many interpreting it as confirmation of an unconventional arrangement. Then, Jada clarified on social media that, while they trusted each other to live freely, they did not have an open relationship. But what does that even mean? 4 years, fans and critics alike have speculated about their unconventional arrangement, but recently, their marriage has been thrust into the spotlight. It all started with Jada's bombshell 2020 Red Table Talk interview, where she admitted to an entanglement with musician August Alsina while she and Will were separated. The word entanglement became a viral sensation.
It's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
Yeah.
But now Black Twitter has claimed it.
But more importantly, it highlighted a major crack in the Smiths' seemingly perfect facade. Since then, the couple has tried to spin the episode as an example of their honesty and commitment to working through their challenges, but for many, it only exposed their fractured foundation. Fast forward to today, and the entanglement seems almost tame compared to the latest rumors surrounding their relationship. With Will's name now tied to Diddy's controversies, some are questioning whether Jada's own behavior might come back to haunt her.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Could it be that Jada, like Will, has skeletons in her closet about to be exposed? And if so, what does that mean for their already fragile marriage? In October 2023, Jada dropped another bombshell during her book tour for Worthy, revealing that she and Will had been living separate lives since 2016. That's right. 7 years where, while presenting themselves as a united front, they were no longer together emotionally. The revelation left fans stunned, and some insiders suggest that the separation wasn't mutual. Will allegedly fought to keep the marriage intact, while Jada pushed for distance. Others believe the separation was a strategic move, allowing them both to live freely while avoiding the public fallout of an official divorce. But what about Jada's own controversies? Beyond the entanglement, there have been rumors about her associations and behavior at Hollywood events, some even suggesting that she may have attended parties similar to Diddy's. While there's no concrete evidence, the whispers alone have raised eyebrows, especially now that Will is caught up in the Diddy scandal. To the heart of it all, there's a bigger question. How much of what we've been told about Will and Jada's relationship is real, and how much is just smoke and mirrors? Certainly. Here's an expanded version of the rewrite, diving deeper into the narrative. It's the kind of story you can't believe until you hear it. And once you do, it's almost too wild to grasp. One of Hollywood's most beloved stars, A man whose charm.
Well, Jada Pinkett Smith drops a bombshell. Apparently, she and her husband, Will Smith, haven't been together for 7 years.
A man whose charm, humor, and action-packed roles have made him a household name for decades, is now at the center of an unfolding storm of shocking allegations. We're talking about none other than Will Smith, the Fresh Prince who made headlines with his infamous Oscar slap, only to find himself caught up in even darker accusations. But what could possibly have gone wrong for this iconic actor? It all began with whispers, rumors circulating in Hollywood's shadowy corners, but now these whispers are turning into a loud, resounding chorus. Could it be that the FBI is building a case against Will Smith? Is it possible that one of the biggest stars in the entertainment world could be facing legal action for far more than just a heated moment at the Oscars? To understand how this happened, we have to back up. The story isn't just about a night of outbursts at an awards ceremony or a marriage under the public microscope. This goes deeper, way deeper.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most.
Way deeper. Allegations have surfaced suggesting Will Smith's name could be tied to a series of bizarre, dark events that have rocked the entertainment world, and authorities might be quietly collecting evidence on him for months, if not years. What makes this even more suspicious? Insiders claim the FBI is holding a substantial cache of evidence, everything from emails to phone records, witness testimonies, and more, that could point to his involvement in something much darker than anyone imagined. And yet, despite all this, Will Smith reportedly refuses to cooperate with federal authorities, and some say this is only pushing the government to go after him harder. If that wasn't alarming enough, reports suggest Will has been selling off his real estate at an unusually rapid pace, unloading prime properties like a man bracing for something major. Could he be preparing for a lengthy legal battle? Or perhaps for something more sinister? Along with this, he's assembling a top-tier legal defense team known for handling high-profile.
In regards to how do we present that to people,
profile cases in Hollywood. All signs seem to suggest that he knows something is coming, though he's reluctant to acknowledge it publicly. But how does Will Smith get tied up in something as serious as this? The answer lies in another notorious figure in Hollywood, Sean "Diddy" Combs. Diddy, long known for his lavish lifestyle and high-profile parties, is now under intense scrutiny after allegations have surfaced that his so-called freak-off parties were anything but innocent. According to lawsuits, these gatherings were more like orchestrated events that involved serious misconduct. And now, shockingly, Will Smith's name is linked to Diddy's infamous parties. Pictures have resurfaced over the years showing Will laughing alongside Diddy at various events. While a photo doesn't prove anything, it does raise a key question. Was Will Smith just a casual bystander at these parties, or did he take part?
I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Or did he take part in something far darker? The whispers began to gain more traction when Will Smith publicly denied any involvement with Diddy or his controversial parties. He even made light of the rumors, cracking a joke about how he doesn't even like baby oil, one of the strange, bizarre details tied to these gatherings. Yet, despite his denials, many are not buying it. The parties in question have been described as chaotic, disturbing affairs, complete with weird rituals, substances that lowered inhibitions, and items like cases of lubricants that were allegedly found during FBI raids on Diddy's properties. But the most chilling part of all this is the testimonies that are now coming to light. Witnesses claiming they were coerced into participating in things they would have never agreed to under normal circumstances. While Diddy's legal team insists everything was consensual, the sheer volume of accusations paints a much darker picture.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
Here's where it gets even more intense. Authorities are reportedly looking into whether Will Smith was a regular attendee at these infamous gatherings. Did he turn a blind eye to what was happening, or worse, was he actively involved in these disturbing activities? While the FBI hasn't confirmed anything about Will's possible involvement, the fact that his name keeps surfacing in connection with Diddy's legal battles is enough to make people wonder how deep this connection truly runs. But let's not kid ourselves. This isn't just about wild parties. Diddy himself is